People are flocking to. And find out how the U.S. women's soccer team is making history again as we speak. Plus, Fast and Furious star Tyrese Gibson kicks it into high gear with the co-hosts and takes the stage to perform his new single. Wish I could say sorry, you come back home. And the former fattest man in the world is showing off his mind-boggling 700-pound weight loss. This is The View with Whoopi, Nicole Wallace, Rosie Perez, and Raven Simone. And today, Candace Cameron Bure hits the co-host chair. It all starts now.
To The View, y'all. Welcome to The View. So, that song was Sweet Lady by Tyrese Gibson. Who is, who is on the show today. That's why I'm sitting so oddly. Because whenever Tyrese is around, suddenly my ovaries become 12. I'm just looking for action. It's frightening. But you know... I
thought that was normally Nicole.
No, the Tyrese...
outing me over there, huh? Thanks so much. I'll get you back.
Right now, history's being made just blocks away from us because the U.S. soccer team, the women's soccer team, they're the first female team ever in the history of ticker tape parades in New York to be honored in a ticker tape parade. We just wanted to let you know what was happening. Anyway, we talk a lot about stuff on the internet. People can post some really freaky stuff on Facebook, apparently, and Christians in Brazil.
Go Christians in Brazil!
Christians in Brazil have found a sanctuary online. The social network, Face Gloria, already has 100,000 users. And I'm sort of surprised because I didn't realize you could put all that kind of wacky, weird stuff on Facebook. I'm not on it that often.
I don't know about there's so much porn. I get spammed with porn so much.
Porn on Facebook?
Tons of porn, and yet they will block anything
They're like, yes.
They will block religious stuff, but allow the porn, and you can report it, but they don't do anything about the porn.
And what's the rule that they block religious content over?
Because
they also do that on Instagram too. They don't want to offend anybody's religious beliefs, but I guess it's okay if I just look on, especially somebody like, no offense, but my Facebook, who have all types of ages. Then when you look in the comments, it's like, oh, there's a big girl and guy, and it's happening. Like, I think it should be just as much as the religious.
There's porn, but no religion.
This is why
I'm not on Facebook,
which is why when I first heard that they were making Face Gloria, the Christian version, I did chuckle because it seems like there's always a lot of Christians want to make the same thing as the secular thing, but they're never quite as good. Like, I find that as a Christian, so I kind of chuckle, but I really do appreciate it because of the fact that there's so much porn on Facebook that I think this could be a really good thing. Of course, you're only going to talk to your
people just signed up for Facebook for the porn, though, probably, right?
But I was going to say, because earlier, you mentioned there's, it's funny you're saying that Christians want to make the same kind of sites, but don't want the same kind of issues that we find.
Oh, with ChristianMingle.com.
ChristianMingle.com. Then you got the Farmers.com.
Yeah, FarmersOnly.com.
That's right.
That's a Christian site?
No.
It's for a specific, group. And, but ChristianMingle.com, when that first came out, I was like, oh,
their
wow,
slogan's
cool.
hilarious.
Right. Well, I started my own.
Yeah.
What?
Called oho.com.
Oh,
Because when you garden, it's really hard to find the right kind of hoe.
Right.
So I always prefer an old hoe.
Yeah.
So that's why I started oldho.com, so that people who use old hoes could come and play.
Because an old hoe knows how to plow well.
There you go.
I love my job. Love it. Christian America.
You know, there's a new trend some companies are employing, and it's making their business better than ever. They got rid of their bosses. And they say taking away layers of management and job titles makes everybody work better. What do you think of that?
I think it's true. I always call it upstairs, downstairs. There's the people that are on the ground working that, you know, take all the grunt work. And then there's upstairs, which I've never been upstairs, so I always think it's just people in big desks with their feet up on the thing,
pretty much,
saying, no, no, you're fired, no, no, you're fired. And I always feel like you should know what your job is. You shouldn't have someone hovering over you, telling you what your job is. And if you don't know your job, you should get out. But because being young, I've had people that I've employed that were older than me, and I never felt comfortable telling them what to do, even when they weren't doing the right thing. And I'm like, I'm your boss because I pay you, but you're a grown-ass man.
You know what you just made me think of that show, Undercover Boss? I think it's on CBS.
Yeah.
Greatest idea ever. Every boss went in, and if they own, I remember the waste management one, who went in and worked as like on the front lines as a garbage truck driver, I think. And then, you know, no matter the company, I think that should be, I think that is so admirable. I think that is so important. I think everyone should go and do the job of what they manage.
You know,
I knew it was going to happen.
Light bulb just...
I have to disagree a little bit.
You don't like that show?
No, no, no. I love the show. I love the show. I love the show. And I agree with you to a certain degree. But, you know, I was crew before I was talent. I was a choreographer, I was a roadie, a stage coordinator, and there's certain things that talent are not aware of, that there's so many moving pieces that make the wheel turn that are necessary, and sometimes you need somebody supervising that all to go down.
But would you agree that they should also know the job that you do? I mean, what you do, see, the greatest thing about old school to me is that we had to know how to do the lights. We had to know how things moved on stage. We had to be all those things because that's how we learned our craft.
I think if there's job titles, it's less stress, it's less ego. You know, you're more respectful to someone that, you know, might be...
If they know what they're doing.
If they know what they're doing, obviously. But I think
you're giving them incentives, too. It's like when you work really hard, and then everyone's showing who's like doing the job, you can be more efficient, you work harder. And
but there's some lazy-ass people out there that need a boss. You know, sometimes...
You know, there are 12 things you should never, ever say to anyone, according to the website The Frisky, including, when are you going to have kids? Or, when are you getting married?
God, I've said, like, all of these things to most of you. I'm a jerk.
What did you say?
You look tired. I say that to RP every day.
You say that to me every single day, but I am tired.
You've lost weight, I say to you all the time.
you just said that.
Wait. I look so fat. I have PMS. I said this morning.
Right.
Smile. I think I say that to you most mornings. Okay. I'm ripping this up. I've done all of that.
But can you imagine the stuff? I mean, we talked about it. What we get, especially being in our position, my favorite is you look so much prettier in person. You look so much fitter in person. I didn't know you were that small and things of that nature. I'm like, you know what? You were so cute as a kid.
How about this? Yes. You used to be funnier.
Oh, no!
Yes! People come, you know what happens? People don't realize what's coming out of their mouths. Most of the, I mean, I believe this with my heart. I believe most of the time people have no idea. They want to say something, and they've been thinking of all the things to say that the dumbest comes out of their mouth. I mean, it's crazy, but yeah. Or, my God, you're short. You look much taller.
I'm always getting, you were so chubby on Full House. You're so much smaller in person. You're like little, and wow, you look good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Or you're so black. They say that to her all the time. I heard it. We'll be right back with more Hot Topics.
you knocked upside the head by your pregnancy to-do list? You won't believe the latest high-tech trends moms-to-be are buying into. Next.
I'm Deborah Heritage. I've been volunteering at the International Bird Rescue for about 8 years. We see birds with all types of problems. When a bird gets oil on its feathers, it destroys their waterproofing. Dawn is absolutely essential to the wash process. We use tons of it. I was surprised that they used something that I use at home to wash the oil off the birds. It's a wonderful feeling to be able to say that I helped return this bird back to the wild. I love wildlife. How do you love wildlife?
I have type 2 diabetes. I started with pills, and now I take a long-acting insulin at night.
I take mine in the morning. I was trying to eat right, stay active, but I wasn't reaching my A1C goal anymore.
My doctor says diabetes changes over time. It gets harder to control blood sugar spikes after I eat and get to goal.
My doctor added Novolog at mealtime for additional control. Now I know. Novolog is a fast-acting injectable insulin, and it works together with my long-acting insulin. Proven effective. The mealtime insulin doctors prescribe most. Available in FlexPen.
Novolog is used to control high blood sugar in adults and children with diabetes. Take Novolog as directed. Eat a meal within 5 to 10 minutes after injection. Check your blood sugar levels. Do not take Novolog if your blood sugar is too low or you're allergic to any of its ingredients. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions and medicines you take. Ask your doctor about alcohol use, operating machinery, or driving. The most common side effect is low blood sugar. Symptoms may include dizziness, sweating, confusion, and headache. Severe low blood sugar can be life-threatening. Other common side effects include low potassium in your blood and injection site reactions. Get medical help right away if you experience trouble with breathing, serious allergic reactions like swelling of your face, tongue, or throat, sweating, extreme drowsiness, dizziness, or confusion.
Now I know about Novolog, taken by millions since 2001.
Ask your healthcare provider about adding Novolog. It can help provide the additional control you may need.
Everything kids touch at school sticks with them. Make sure the germs they bring home don't stick around. Use Clorox disinfecting products. You handle life, Clorox handles the germs.
These are Snickers Bites. Bite-sized Snickers you pop in your mouth. Why didn't we think of these years ago?
Tammy, please remind me to make Snickers in a bite.
Your favorite bar's bite-sized. Snickers Bites.
Start the interview with a firm handshake. I know! Don't do that! Try Head & Shoulders Instant Relief. It cools on contact and also keeps you 100% flake-free. Try Head & Shoulders Instant Relief for cooling relief in a snap.
Mom's litter secret, baking soda. Now Arm & Hammer Clump and Seal makes litter undetectable.
I didn't smell anything. I had no idea.
No other litter has revolutionary Clump and Seal technology to seal and destroy odor for a 7-day odor-free home, guaranteed.
Finally, something that works.
Helped all my digestive problems.
My immune system says thank you.
People don't just say this about any probiotic. Culturelle, with the proven probiotic that supports digestive and immune health. Culturelle, it's #1 for a reason.
You get used to pet odors in your car. You think it smells fine, but your passengers smell this. Eliminate odors you've gone nose blind to for up to 30 days with the Febreze Car Vent Clip.
Wow, it smells good in here.
So you and your passengers can breathe happy.
You know the love you feel for Olive Garden's fresh-baked breadsticks? Well, multiply that by 1,000,000. They're here. New breadstick sandwiches starting at just $6.99, only at Olive Garden.
Home is how you fill it. Fill it with stripes. Firsts, zest, comfort, towels, lots of towels. Home is what you make it, and Home Goods is how you make it yours for so much less. Be Home Goods happy.
What would you do?
My mom is coming into town and she needs to meet my boyfriend.
If a total stranger asked you to be her pretend boyfriend?
She won't tell me how you met.
Would you help her lie to mom?
My daughter tells me you're converting to Judaism.
What would you do? Tonight at 9 on ABC. All this month, the Made in America team is back. From Atlanta, Boston, Dallas, St. Louis, Chicago to the California desert.
Back on the job.
When American jobs are on the line, David Muir is there. On ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir.
Winning chocolate recipe, listen up. A Brooklyn woman is selling her grandmother's Maryland home for just $100 to the person who makes her the best chocolate recipe. So I think we should taste this. I'm not sure this is a contender.
Can we just dig in?
Go.
Do you make the chocolate for, like, as rent each month or just one time?
I think one time only.
Do you know, I would give someone my kid if they gave me the best chocolate recipe. I mean, a chocolate recipe is... I can't.
You know, one of the best chocolate cakes for me, and I'm a dessert connoisseur, is...
You're a what?
A dessert connoisseur.
I feel that. Go ahead, girl. What was you getting ready to say?
Why did you get one?
Oh, this is good. There's a restaurant that only serves chocolate. It's called the Chocolate Room in Brooklyn.
I've been there. I love it.
Can we tour?
I have been there.
Can we tour?
There's also one in Canada called, I don't remember, but they make chocolate right in front of your... Death by Chocolate.
Yes.
Death by Chocolate.
Do you
Remember
know the chocolate bar? Do you know the chocolate bar in L.A.?
No.
I used to send chocolate. They made the most amazing chocolates to send to people, and because I'm not a dessert person, but I have lots of friends who are like you guys who love their desserts. So I find
to contribute to this conversation because I'm just eating.
I do. I have a question. So with your chocolate cake, my grandfather drinks water with his chocolate cake. What do you drink with a chocolate cake? It's because it cleanses it, right? That's what he told me.
Almond milk or port?
Mommy water, which is red wine.
Okay.
But I have a confession. I make a chocolate cake from scratch that I've told the story is my recipe. It's actually from the back of the Hershey's box.
And I bet it's amazing. I bet it's amazing.
I made the best Ghirardelli cake.
But, you know, sometimes I throw some booze in it and say it's the Greek version, but it's really just the exact recipe on the back of the box.
So are they going to give the information on the website?
Yeah.
Is the contest still going on? Or are you okay?
What happened? Are you high from the cake?
I think so. I think I'm having a chocolate attack. My everything just got brighter. Oh, good God. I guess so.
You don't do caffeine?
I don't do sugar like this. And so it's like, so I'm going to talk about this really right now. So I don't know if the contest is still going on, but you can check our site, our, View website, and then we'll find out. And if it's actually going on, let us know if you win.
You just won Valley. You just won Valley.
Oh, my God. This is in your honor, okay?
Okay, can we talk like this all the time? Because I really am a Valley girl.
Oh, totally, you can.
Okay.
There are people out there who actually consider themselves like vampires, okay? And they believe that they get their energy from other people's blood. And apparently, many do not disclose this info to their, doctors for fear of being mocked and misunderstood. Okay, wait.
How about arrested?
Can I just point something out? I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but the truth of the matter is, if you're not dead, you can't be a vampire. You have to be dead. Okay?
Good point, Whoop.
I mean, you know how she's a dessert connoisseur? I'm a vampire connoisseur. And all that stuff on True Blood where they're having sex all the time, it's not possible. Because if you don't have blood in your body, you can't have an erection.
Logical about vampires on TV.
I've always been logical of it because the mythology is very important. Mythology, I love mythology because every culture has it. And the vampire mythology is this. It is this entity that is dead.
I'm just going to move this away from you, honey.
So it just is if you're going to do it, and I love the Suki Stackhouse books. I love them. So don't get me wrong. I love it. But the truth of the matter is it's not possible if you're dead and you don't have any blood in your body, and that's why you're drinking blood.
There's no blood in True Blood? They don't have any blood running through the veins? I think they have a little
They have a little bit of blood, but it's not cascading, and then it gets absorbed in all the other muscles, so they have to have a constant stream of blood. It's a whole thing. Anyway. A bride-to-be wrote to an online advice column because her fiancé thinks it's gross when she puts her bare feet on the coffee table. She says it isn't something she's done her whole life, and she doesn't want to be a deal breaker with the relationship. But is she kind of looking for a way out? I mean, So
he's fussy about her bare feet on their coffee table.
Yes, on the coffee table. That's I guess.
They would never survive kids because potty training them might get peed on the coffee table. I mean, you know, if you're that fussy about your lover's bare feet, there's no way you're going to survive. Get out while you can.
Figure out a solution before they're married.
Stink feet? Is it possible that her feet are bad?
Did she get a
No,
I
didn't think of that. He's a germaphobe. I just think he's a germaphobe and doesn't want feet on a coffee table, which is kind of understandable.
I think they should break up now because if you're arguing about feet and it's on The View, arguing about feet and it's on The View, you probably shouldn't be together. We're talking about you. Like, it's serious. You know what I'm saying? This is not like running water for too long and taking all the hot water. Like, what's going on? Does she have bunions?
Ooh, I do that.
You do that? My dad used to do that. Take all the hot water in the house. I'm like, what are you doing?
I don't like to waste any time waiting for it to warm up, so I turn it on.
You're wasting a lot of water, Nicole.
I know. I don't live in California.
Wow.
We can't even get water served to us in restaurants anymore.
I feel bad about it. Just a minute. Maybe.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do. Rap. I don't know how to rap. I'm an actor. We'll be right back with the amazing and delicious Tyrese Gibson.
Is he getting back in the driver's seat for Furious 8? Why is he creating drama with Jennifer Hudson? And what's the wildest thing he did to him?
You know, Fast and Furious star Tyrese Gibson. He can play it smooth and slow since his hit, How You Gonna Act Like That? And now he's back with a brand new album called Black Rose. Please welcome back Tyrese Gibson. So, just before we start, I know you were looking for your phone. Here it is. And here's the album. And the selfies that are on there. If you look at them really close, you can tell what's what. So
you just put my business in the street there. That's what you did.
No, I put my business on your phone. See, he never thinks of me like that, so I can't even clown with him because he's like, please, I know you didn't do that. But the new album, Black Rose, is out today, and you keep saying this is going to be your last solo album. Baby, why is this your last album? Aren't there more musical genres for you to conquer?
I just feel like we need to make a statement this time. I need some inspiration to keep going. You know, right now, if you think about it, way back when we fell in love with R&B soul music, for the real fans of R&B, this genre, it was never Luther Vandross featuring Curtis Blow. It was never Marvin Gaye featuring Run DMC. So a lot of the R&B singers are either out of a deal or don't have a deal at all because everything is about twerking and turning up and doing all the other stuff. So, you know, I feel like...
But then why give it up? Why not take it back?
Well, I need a reason to stay. You know, no one's gonna like put that much.
Can I give you a reason to stay?
Tell me.
Because no, seriously, because you do it well, and everything, wait. And everything is cyclical. It always goes around, and this will always be. You know, we have rap now. It started with Louis Jordan in the 30s. We always see music come back. Never give up on the music because you do it well, and it's yours, and you can't stop.
And the reason you do it well...
That was my mama coming down on me.
Look at those pictures.
The reason you do it well, Tyrese, is because you know what's supposed to be put into an album. You know that it's artist development, and you know that you have to put your heart and soul into it. And you said you did a lot of that with this album.
It took me 3.5. I mean, on a metaphor level, think of it as like a 3.5-year pregnancy. Like creative pregnancy. There was every complication imaginable I went through. You know, and because money is not the motivation, it's like really being committed to the craft. It's like you come out here and you put this album out and you're trying to figure out what can you say that can make real fans of buying whole albums decide, today, I'm going to the store to buy this full album to keep R&B music alive.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
you know,
Black Rose is my baby.
It's your baby, and let me tell you something. You know, she said that, you know, the reasons everything is cyclical and you have your craft, but another reason for you to stick, I'll give you 2 more reasons. One, you could sing your ass off, okay? And you're right. A lot of people can't sing that are out there today. But also, did you see them screaming when you came out?
I never said I was going to quit music as a whole. I just said that this is my last solo album.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, good. So we'll get over.
Black Rose is my baby.
All right. So let's talk about Shame then, your new single. So because now we're gonna calm down because we got mad that you said you were
that period, 1968. That's the same year that Dr. King was assassinated. So supposedly this movie happened like 8 months before the assassination. I'm a singer in a pub. Jennifer is my wife. I'm on drugs, alcohol. It's like a classic case of becoming powerful and becoming abusive with your power. So that's who I am in this movie. And it's a short film that's 25 minutes long, so we want to be in a couple of short film festivals around November and hopefully land an Oscar.
Wow. We all love you from Fast and Furious. Is there going to be an 8th Fast and Furious, and will you be in it, please?
Number 8 is definitely happening, and I'm definitely looking to be in it.
Tyrese, can I just express to you guys how long I've known you? I've known you since I was 12 years old.
Wow.
Since I was 12 years old, I remember, can I just say it? I remember when he was singing on the bus for Pepsi.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Sorry, Coke.
It's all right.
Sorry.
It's all right.
You got off the bus and walked on the stage of Hang with Mr. Cooper.
Yes.
And everybody on the set, Holly Robinson, Mark Curry, everybody was like, who is this man? What is going on? And to see you now it makes me feel old for the first time. Just seeing a progression of someone and still stay humble and still get your work together and still go through so many amazing movies that bless and nurture other talent is heaven for me. Thank you.
Well, you just brought up a good point.
You know,
why don't we play that? The Coca-Cola commercial.
I want to say this because this is very important. To be able to have a 30-second commercial to turn into 20 years of some form of show business can only be God's favor. Only be God's favor. And thank you. Thank you. I think I want to say this because, again, I know I'm here to talk about Black Rose and all of the other stuff, but there's so many people looking at this. I want you to understand that what you're going through right now is a season, and the outcome of that season, through determination, you'll get to the other side. The start of what you're dealing with right now will not dictate the outcome of what your life and career is destined to be. So stay in it, stay on your path, and you'll get there.
Sublime to the ridiculous and ask you to take a selfie with us. You have 30 million followers, and we're dying to be on your followers. Can we?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Can we all do that?
Let's do it. Let's go. Bring it in. We're gonna outdo Ellen on this.
Okay.
We're in Ellen competition. Ellen ain't ready. Ellen ain't ready. 1, 2.
There we go.
Date recently because you have there's a new ride, a thrill ride for the Fast and Furious Supercharged that opened at Universal, and you took a really special date there.
I brought my lady out to the red carpet with me. Yes, absolutely. There she is. That's my baby. She is my hero. That is my Black Rose. That is my Black Rose, my little angel. I love her.
Well, this is your little black whoopee saying. Tyrese Gibson will be back later in the show to perform, and we will be right back.
When you even imagine what it looks like to drop 700 pounds? You won't have to, because the former...
He was known as the fattest man in the world, weighing in at almost 1,000 pounds, and it looked like he didn't have much time left. Take a look. Paul Mason was eating himself to death. At one point, devouring 20,000 calories per day, 10 times what is normal.
In a day, I would eat 30 to 40 chocolate bars.
He was bedridden, so heavy he couldn't even attend his own mother's funeral.
Hate myself for what I've done to myself.
In 2010 in London, Paul underwent gastric bypass surgery and lost half his body weight, but he still had a long way to go. He's come a long way since then, so please welcome, almost 700 pounds lighter, a whole new Paul Mason. You look wonderful. Wow. Do you ever see that and go, wow?
I do.
Yeah,
Certainly do.
good.
Certainly do.
Good, you should. Now, when you were a guest on the show a year ago, you were still losing weight, but you look like you look like a new person. You are.
I feel like a new person.
And you're moving around better, and you feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mobility has improved a lot. Yeah, definitely.
What are you eating now? Because like we said in the clip, it was up to 20,000 calories a day. What's in your diet now?
Oh, just a normal diet like everyone else, really. You know, everything in moderation.
What's like a day in the life?
Anything from banana, slice of toast for breakfast, you know, and then normal lunch.
But just a fraction of the amount that you were eating before.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the biggest difference?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, after losing all that weight, there's a new battle, right? The excess skin.
The excess skin.
And it was 100 pounds of excess skin. What's that been like?
Well, actually, it's more debilitating than the actual losing the weight. Losing the weight was the easy part, but having the excess skin, and you can still see I've still got parts of it left, but it's... a
new battle.
Yeah, a new journey. Yep.
When it got out of hand, when did you know I can't stop myself? Or do you feel like I feel like when I overeat, it's more mental than anything else. Do you feel emotional? Was yours more emotional, mental?
It's emotional because, you know, things from childhood. I was boozed by a family member. I was bullied by my father, bullied at school. I just buried those things. And then I engaged with a therapist in 2008 and changed things around.
That's beautiful.
But it's always more complicated, right, than just what you're putting in your mouth. You're burying something, right?
Well, you're burying something. You're escaping into that world of food.
Numbing yourself.
Yeah.
So no doctor in England would actually remove the excess skin because they thought the operation would be too risky. But Dr. Jennifer Kapla from New York's Lenox Hill Hospital volunteered. Dr. Kapla is in the audience with us today. Why did you decide to do it?
Back in February of 2013, I got a phone call from my mother, and she said, "Have you read the New York Times today?" And I said, "Not yet." So she said, "You have to read this article, and you have to help this man." And he was sitting in a wheelchair. And to me, it was the excess skin that was holding him back. So he couldn't ambulate, he couldn't do the things of everyday life, all because he had this excess skin. And I knew that it was in my capacity to give this man his life back.
It's an incredibly complicated surgery. Can you tell us what it entails?
So it was a 9.5-hour surgery. This was approaching only the abdomen and the legs. And the reason we started with that is because that was the ability to get him walking again. It was an incredibly complicated surgery because each of those blood vessels was the size of some of the largest vessels we have in the body, and we came across hundreds in his belly alone. When we removed that abdominal pannus by itself, which weighed about 25 pounds, there was...
Of just skin?
Of just skin. There was a sudden moment in that operating room where every doctor just paused because we watched something called his central venous pressure. It's what monitors how hard your heart is working. And literally it dropped by almost 50%, and it showed how much effort it took just to feed that pannus that was hanging there.
Blood vessels in the skin.
Correct.
Right?
You know, I had a large chunk hanging around here, and on the back of my thigh here, it hung right down there. and a couple of other pieces the other side, and round here, you know, it's like carrying 2 children in weight.
Who carried your emotional stability? I think that...
Rebecca, who sit there, I wouldn't be here today.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. No one can do any of these things alone. Nothing like that. And it's remarkable.
It's been my rock, my support, and motivation. Really has.
Yeah, that's amazing. You're all beautiful, and we want you to keep us posted and come back whenever you want, okay?
We will.
All right, thank you. Our thanks to Paul Mason, Rebecca Mountain, and Dr. Kaplan for being with us. We'll be right back.
Tyrese Gibson is